cryptocurrency or blockchain projects, they all have a use case. And I guess I'm not sure what people don't realize the use case is. It's a fundraising mechanism. It's the third fundraising mechanism. There's equity, there's debt, and there's blockchain projects, i.e., issuing a token instead of issuing shares. And like I said, if people believe there is a value in that token, then that's what the value is. I'm the last one to say XRP has no value because it has about $11 billion worth of value. But it's not it's not a security. It's not a commodity technically. It's a token which you can use that is used on their blockchain for whatever they purpose it with. And that
So, Steve, I think
seems
we
to
need to
be done.
caveat that, though, right? Because there is the emergence of some really cool things that aren't just fundraising. Oh, actually, I take that back. They are not kind of shrouding the fact that they are a fundraising mechanism. It's, security tokens, right? Which are, asset-backed securities based on the company's assets and actual equity in the organization, right? There's, tokenization of other types of assets that are backed by the actual real estate, right? And you're talking about things that are asset-backed tokens backed by gold in a specific gold reserve. So there's a lot of cool things that are coming forth. But I think a statement that can be made 100% that I agree with is, the fact that almost all of them that exist on the market today, 99.9% of them, 100% agree. It's just a fundraising token. That's it. And
And
nobody can argue against that, really.
There are also in-house utility tokens that have a use case that become digital assets, like the gold sword from Fortnite or whatever. It can only be in that ecosystem. Those also have real value use cases, and those are different than your STO mechanism. There is a lot of complexities to tokenomics, and it's not just the fundraising mechanism anymore. There's been a lot of layers that have evolved in the last year.
I used to agree with what you just said about the utility cases and things like that are really cool. But the only thing that I agree with as it relates to what Steve is saying, and something that's become very clear to me, is that all of those, right, are just shrouding the fact that it is to help them raise funding. And the reason why is because even if they have a really strong utility case and it works and it makes a heck of a lot of sense, like Binance, it's great. It reduces the trading fees, so it makes a heck of a lot of sense. But at the end of the day, their goal is to make that coin value increase, because then it
Correct.
creates funding for that company internally. So I think what Steve is saying, the end goal for all of these people with a token right now, whether it has a use case or not, is to increase the value of that coin, thus to
Yes.
incorporate more money so they don't have to be reliant on outside capital. So it is, in
correct.
essence, fundraising. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Say something though. I used to work for a project called Gluon, which is like a car blockchain utility token, and they used their utility token as just a token without fundraising. Everything outside of it was fundraising, so that definitely exists. So
Yeah, but Carl, did they get listed on an exchange?
no, and they never want to. It's just a utility. They have blockchain for their token to use to be able to exchange goods and services with, like
And
mechanics
therein
and things of the
lies
sort.
what
There you go.
blockchain really,